Good morning, or afternoon, or evening by the time this goes up, probably.
Good day, everyone.
Oh, hi.
The month of strangeness begins.
Yeah, so I ended up not using any of the thing. I shot another vlog, but didn't use it. So I just started 3 new medications yesterday. And they're all... 2 of them are very heavy, to say the least.
Indeed.
So I am probably going to be light on videos for the next 21 to 28 days while my body adjusts to them. I will still attempt to get things done, but right now I am... One of the side effects is muscle weakness, another is shaking, headaches, memory problems, which I already had plenty of, like nausea and stuff like that. So it's going to be a little bit before I adjust to this and can function properly with it. So I will maybe not be putting up much in the way of things until I get used to this.
Yeah.
Today is definitely feeling worse than yesterday, not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough for a few weeks, and the adjustment period will happen as it will, and we'll do everything we can to put things up, but right now is a time where focusing on health is going to be the main priority. And
Yeah.
that's okay.
But hey, I have meds that I should have been on for the last, decade again.
Yeah.
And I don't want to buy anything from you, Robin. I want the $1,000 you promised me.
Oh, you got her axe?
No, she said she wanted 75 stone.
No, 75 stone and 1,000 gold is what it takes for her to build you a well. That's what the letter was about.
Oh. I thought it was saying, swing by my place with 75 stone and I'll pay you 1,000 gold. And I was like, I did all that for nothing.
Swing by with 75 stone and 1,000 gold and I'll make you a well.
Oh, I don't care about a well.
I don't either. We need silos.
I'm not all together here right now.
That is okay.
V's is currently experiencing a new medication that she has never had before.
Is this a software update or a firmware update?
This is a firmware update that fucked up a bunch of software.
Oof.
I mean, what would you consider brain chemistry and blood chemistry? Would you consider that hardware or firmware?
I'd say
software or firmware?
I'd say firmware.
Because, I mean, I'll just say it. I'm on lithium.
Yeah.
Lithium and Effexor and Ritalin. And the Ritalin's great. It helps a lot. The lithium is definitely an interesting one.
That's one you've never done before, yeah?
That's the one that I was never on. And it's definitely a lot to adjust to. Which I will, but it's a lot to adjust to. I am currently, you could probably just tell, huh?
Yeah, your voice is shaky and
oh yeah,
you sound tired.
Sam has seen I am a fucking shaking mess right now. And I barely slept last night. Not because I was mind racing or anything, but because I was sweating, which is another fucking thing from lithium. You sweat. You just sweat a lot, and it's just the worst thing. I hate it. Why is that a part of this? So that was something I had to deal with all last night, of just I'm just gonna sweat all night and not be able to sleep because everything is uncomfortable. And it was also one of those nights that was just like, I cannot find a comfortable position no matter what I do. And the only comfortable position that there was when I was holding you, but you were warm and I was already sweating.
So not a great combination.
So it then was uncomfortable because then I was sweating. And I was like, oh, this sucks. Generally, I think the sweating is the worst part of the symptoms, or the side effects of this thing. But yeah, lithium is no fucking joke, y'all.
It's some shit.
It is definitely, yeah. I am glad that I could see a doctor, though. I am glad that I could have an impromptu therapy session for an hour.
Pretty good.
I literally walked in. Was that yesterday or the day before?
Day before. Day before yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, I went in and because I had just made a doctor's appointment and saw the doctor, and the doctor was like, hey, like, sup? And I'm like, I want to die and I'm always scared. And he's like, all right, so were you on any medications before? And I told him, well, I was on antidepressants, antipsychotics, and anxiety meds. And he's like, all right, so I'm going to prescribe you this, this, and this. And I was like, I also have ADHD. And he's like, so I'm going to take away this and add this in instead, because certain anxiety meds do not play well with ADHD meds.
That is fact.
And he's like, if we can at least get the depression under control, maybe the anxiety will start to come under control. And also lithium is a mood stabilizer, so it might help with the anxiety anyway. So I did that, and it was like maybe 15 minutes total that we talked, and he was like, I'll go write these scripts, and then I want to introduce you to, like, it's the closest we have to an on-staff psychologist. And I was like, okay. So he brought me to her office, and we just talked. She's like, oh, nice to meet you, blah, blah. And then we spent an hour talking about past traumas and stuff, and, like, previous diagnoses and everything else. And she's just like, yeah, how have you made it this far? Was actually, like, not in a, like, she was just like, you have been through a lot, and I'm impressed and honestly shocked that you are still going. And I'm like, yeah. And so it was just one of those things where it was a kind of nice conversation, and then she's like, I want to see you again in 2 weeks. And so I now have a therapist on accident.
Yay!
So, but they also want me to go to another place to go talk to a actual psychiatrist as well. And then they will adjust meds as needed, but they all seem to be pretty like, yeah, this seems like a good med combination for you. Although she doesn't think I'm actually bipolar. She thinks I was misdiagnosed. Which is very possible. And would make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a week. It has been a 2-day period that felt like 6 months. 'Cause yesterday was a lot, huh?
Yeah. Yesterday was a very long day for both of us.
Yeah. Sam got sick.
I got sick and wasn't able to go to work. I went to physical therapy because I was like, no, I have to do this.
Oh, you haven't even talked about why you're in physical therapy.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have, actually.
I don't remember.
At one point, I can't remember. I injured my wrist at work recently. So it's a work injury, and my physical therapy and doctor's appointments for it are covered by workers' comp, which is nice. I messed up my wrists. Some of you know this. Messed up my wrists back in July because I went way too hard on my crochet hobby. And I went too hard too fast and wasn't listening to my body and ended up hurting my wrists. And so that was great. I started wearing wrist braces after that to stabilize and to prevent some of the pain that was happening, and it helped. And at this point, I was sort of wearing the braces more for protection than for pain relief for the most part. And the doctor was like, yeah, we want to address that and make it so that you don't have to do that so much if that's something that you want. And I was like, yeah. So I like made sure to like talk to the doctors and be like, okay, this is what I am expecting to gain from this physical therapy. Is that a reasonable expectation? And like setting goals and stuff like that to, strengthen and heal and stuff. The doctor that I saw the first time around, when it was just like kind of this is the initial thing. Hello. This is the initial thing that we're going to do to see what's wrong and, put you on modified duty at work and stuff like that. The second doctor I saw was like, hey, let's get to the root of some of your issues here. And I ended up talking to him for an hour because he wanted to talk about like what I was the most concerned about with my injuries and what kind of healing I was expecting. And he started like getting into some of my anxieties regarding my wrists and like my anxieties about like getting injured further or not being able to use my hands at all and all of that kind of shit. Didn't expect to have a psychotherapy appointment with a regular general practitioner, but he was very good at what he did and genuinely seemed to care. So like hard doctors visits recently, but very beneficial ones, I think.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Mine got kind of fucked up too because I went to the doctor, got my prescriptions. There are state laws that prevent you from like electronically transferring narcotic prescriptions.
Yeah.
And since Ritalin is a amphetamine, I have to physically bring the script with me.
Yeah.
The doctor that I saw messed up, gave me the wrong paper for the script. It was just a printed version instead of the actual hard copy. So I had gone across town to my normal pharmacy, was told I couldn't use it, couldn't get the script filled, and even if it was the proper script, they wouldn't have the Ritalin until Tuesday. Then had to come all the way back, called my doctor's office, was told that they were closing at 3, which is 4 hours earlier than normal, and it was 2 when I called. Had to walk there, which is about 9 blocks, 8-9 blocks. And then had to go from there, walk another 8 or 9 blocks up to the nearest pharmacy, wait a half hour for that, and then make my way back home.
And this is still on her fucked knee, by the way.
Oh, yeah, no, my knee is still fucked. So, yeah, it was a fun day, and I'm very tired, but I feel like I'm starting to wake up. So maybe we can do a couple episodes so that the next time I take my meds, it doesn't fuck us completely.
Yay.
Anyway, have a nice night, everybody.
Sleep tight.